Hey, what's up, Logos Personal Finance students? Welcome to Monday, May 18th, 2020, day 38 of our COVID-19 e-learning. Welcome back to another week. We are past the midway point of term 5. We are 3 weeks to go in the term, if you can believe that. So let's keep this thing rolling. Let's not slack off for these last 3 weeks. Let's really work towards the finish line of this term and get everybody with a good grade, good credit on that econ lowdown thing we got going. Let's go ahead and take a look at our class Blackbaud page, the bulletin board. Same old up there, right? We have the message about our Zoom meeting, which takes place on Thursday, and we have our link to econlowdown.org. So let's go to econlowdown.org. That'll bring us to the login page where we put in our student code and password. Everyone should have their student code and password saved and remembering it and logging in regularly. Again, we're over 5 weeks into the term by now, so hopefully you are logging in regularly to that. If you log in, you will see our class page for Personal Finance Term 5. Remember, if you see Personal Finance Term 4, you're using last term's login. Don't do that. But again, we should be past all these glitches by now because we've been logging in regularly and doing all the assignments for over 5 weeks now. If we scroll down, we will see 5 weeks worth of assignments. And hopefully when you're scrolling on your page, you're seeing progress, 100%, pre-test, post-test score, 100%, maybe a 75% like I got on the Q&A there. Again, the scores, not as important as making sure you get them done. If you're seeing not started, not submitted, that's a problem because that could be a 0 on your grade. Even something like that. I'm not tripping on a 67%. I got a percent. 67% is a lot better than a 0. And you're going to get some bonus points added to that because we're doing e-learning, right? We're grading on a curve. We're answering these written assessments regularly because you get 100% just for answering those, free points. But if we scroll all the way down to the bottom and see there's lots of stuff we've been working on for 5 weeks, hopefully you've been keeping up. If you haven't, get on there and get it caught up over the next week or so, and you'll be in good shape as we go towards the end of the term. But we keep scrolling down. Yeah, there's a lot, I know. But nothing that you can't handle, right? Don't just not do the work. Trust me, if you do the work, you'll get a good grade. If you don't do the work, you won't pass. Simple as that. Speaking of the work for today, we have a video Q&A, and I like these because we get to watch a little video, and then there's some multiple choice questions, a quiz that goes along with it. So let's go ahead and open this up. This one is called Fees, Fees, and More Fees. It all adds up. You know, last week with this last lesson, Cards, Cars, and Currency, which I still need to finish. See, even I'm a little behind. It's okay. I'm going to get caught up. Did I get the last one done? Ooh, I didn't answer that one either. Yikes. I'm a few behind. Yeah, I'm going to have to get caught up today. Get caught up sooner rather than later so that I don't fall way into a hole that I can't dig myself out of. Even if you haven't done much at all on Econ Lowdown, you are not in a hole that you can't get yourself out of. You just got to get going pretty soon. I'm going to get going today on getting caught up on all these lessons that have to do with cars. Cars and cash, what type of car do you want to drive? Cards, Cars, and Currency. These are all about buying a car, right? And which is something that everybody, you know, eventually will probably have to do. There's a few of you who might be lucky enough to get by with other modes of transportation for work and school, but for most of us, especially living around here where we don't have very good public transportation options, you need a car to get around. And so what if you don't have the cash to buy a car right now today? That's okay. You can finance a car, and that's what last week's lesson, Cards, Cars, and Currency lesson 4 were all about. How you finance a vehicle, right? Financing just means paying a little bit up front and paying the rest off over time, making a car payment. Now, whenever you finance anything, whenever you make payments, whenever you finance, you're taking on a debt, and you're paying back that debt with interest, right? You're making payments on that debt with interest. So you eventually end up paying more than you would have if you had bought it outright. But what does this allow us to do? It allows us to buy a car today, even though we don't have 100% of the cash today. The trade-off is we pay more for the car by not having all the money today. Now we can do that with other things too, and that's what this new lesson, this new video Q&A gets into. You can buy a TV today if you don't have enough cash. You can buy a new PlayStation if you don't have enough cash. But should you? How much do you end up paying for that new PlayStation or that new TV if you don't buy it with cash and instead finance it, buy it with credit? So let's take a look at this. Nice music. Personal finance conversations. These fees and more fees, it all adds up. Yes.
Hey there, congrats. You're out on your
Thank
own and thinking about getting all your own stuff. Cruising around the internet, looking at giant new TVs and stereos, maybe taking a stroll through the new and used car listings for local dealers.
Yeah.
These are exciting times. But whoa, it turns out stuff is seriously expensive.
expensive.
Seriously. This TV is almost $1,000. Who's got that kind of money laying around? And that used car? Holy cats!
So again, these are all items that, especially when you're starting out, you probably don't have enough cash right off the bat to pay for these things. That's okay. I feel pretty comfortable. I'm going to start the quiz at least. Remember, you can anytime say, I've got this, quiz me, and click on that. And you see there's 6 questions. So let's see the first question. My first question, rent to own and buy here, pay here places can repossess your purchased goods after missing only one payment without refunding any of the money already paid. That is true, right? So what does that mean? That means, oh, I'm going to buy this $1,000 TV, make payments on it. If I miss one payment, I could have paid $500 on it, and they can take it back. And they don't refund you that $500 you paid on it. So that's one negative to financing. Number 2, with the deferred interest plan, it is important to be sure to pay off the entire balance with the agreed upon time frame to avoid having to pay interest on the entire amount borrowed. That's true, right? They say no interest for 24 months, but you can take 36 months to pay this off. Don't take 36 months because as soon as you hit that 25th month, they're going to add all that interest. So you want to pay it off in the time frame that they give you. And I'm going to get you halfway through it. Number 3, this is the last one I'm going to give you the answer to. If you're in the market for a new sofa sectional, an $829 price tag may seem a little daunting. The rent-to-own down the street may offer the same sofa for 104 payments of $29.99. The rent-to-own price sounds pretty reasonable, but how much will you be paying in the long run? A lot? I don't know. $30, 104 months. So that's like, what, $30, 104 months, 30 times 100 would be like $3,000. So over $3,000 is what you're going to pay for that? Let's see, is that correct? Yikes, $3,000, over $3,000 for an $829 sofa. That's how rent-to-own, that's how interest gets you, right? So again, it's up to you, right? You want that sofa now? Buy it now and pay later, and you pay a lot more later. Or wait, save up for that sofa and pay $829 once you've had enough saved up. Again, I'm not saying one way is right or wrong. You got to make that decision for yourself. Make the decision, the right decision to work on this quiz. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know. And I will see you all around. Peace.